What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and today in our Clash Royale video we are going to be showing you the Rage Quit. Yes, this game can make you want to throw your iPad across the screen and smash everything in the house, and with Clash Royale being a real-time game, sometimes in battle you know that your opponent is doing just that. So I literally jumped onto Clash Royale the other night. I thought I'll have a couple of battles, and in two back-to-back, my opponents could not face defeat. And I'm sure you'll agree that it does give you a little bit extra satisfaction when you know that you've pushed your opponent over the edge. So starting out this raid, my opponent comes at me with a skeleton army, and I'm easily going to be able to overcome that with use of a splash damage troop in that of the baby dragon. So you will see I have a knight coming along the right hand side. I put that in the exact same time that he put the skeleton army in, and that's purely because I was getting to maximum elixir and I never like to sit on maximum elixir. So I put a heavier troop in on the right hand side, right at the back, and then I can reinforce that when necessary. So after I had taken care of his troops on the left hand side, I was able to throw a goblin barrel over the top, and because that knight had slowly moved his way up, I got a decent amount of damage on that right hand side tower. So that very much puts me ahead at this point. Now moving on to the next wave of attacks, I decided to put a knight in on the right hand side to reinforce my bomber. He's going to take a lot of the damage whilst the bomber's getting some hits in on that tower. They do manage to take that out, and I know that my opponent had a baby dragon on my left hand side, but I just decided to let the tower take that out itself because I didn't feel it was worth putting any troops in for defense. Now that's because as I was attacking that tower on the right hand side, I wanted to save up for my prince in order to flank that down the left hand side, and you'll see that I did manage to get a decent amount of damage on his tower. He did have the elixir looking at this now, so I don't know how he didn't defend that a little bit better. He did put a balloon in there, but I've easily taken that out, and you'll see at this point he has very little health left on his tower. Barely done any damage on my towers. He's going to try one more offensive push down this left hand side, but I'm easily going to be able to defend that. Tries to put his skeleton army in, and I think this is what throws him over the edge. These arrows are the nail in the coffin. And Clash Royale can quite be like that. When you start seeing red and you start throwing your troops in, nothing's going to go your way, and this guy obviously thought the best option was to simply close the app. And with only 8 health left remaining on his left tower, he throws the towel in, and what it doesn't show you on here is that it pops up during the live raid that your opponent has left the match, so I'm easily able to put my prince in and lots of other troops to plough his king tower to the ground and take the easy 3-crown victory. So with that, we have our first Rage Quit victim. Let me know down in the comments if you've had many people quit on you like this. Have they just thrown the towel in and give you the easy victory? Not that we're complaining, I mean I do like an easy win, but I also like a bit of a challenge. So I decided to jump straight back in, find another match, and this is what we came up with. So as ever, to start out, I wish my opponent good luck within the battle. And here is an example of what I was explaining in the first raid, in that you will see my elixir slowly clicking up. When it's about to get to max, I put a knight in, and you'll see my opponent sitting on max elixir, and I basically get 1 free elixir from that. Now I know it doesn't sound like much, but my knight has slowly moved up to the top, and then I can reinforce him because my elixir has basically moved back up to 10. So whether I was going on defense or offense, it wouldn't matter. Threw a goblin barrel over in order to take that inferno tower out because I felt that was worth it. It allowed my knight to get a little bit of damage on that right hand side tower, and as my opponent put barbarians in to try and defend that right side, I put a prince in on the left. Didn't work out brilliantly, I have had better results from that, but I still got a little bit of damage on his tower, and all I'm doing at this point is switching lanes. So as my opponent tries to defend on the left hand side, I'm making an offensive push on the right and just swapping that around. And you'll see I have about half damage on both of his towers, and he has virtually nothing on mine. Now I can see exactly why my opponent would quit the battle at this point. I mean, nothing's going right for him. He's getting demolished at this point. And right about now, during the live battle, it pops up, yes, you guessed it, that my opponent has left the battle. Now, a little bit debatable whether he just threw his iPad across the screen, the app went off, and he ran over and picked it back up, because he does reconnect to the match at around about this point. Doesn't really do anything other than laugh and cry and use the emojis. But once again, we take the easy victory from pushing our opponent over the edge, 3 crowns, and virtually a whitewash victory. So that wraps it up for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to subscribe for more Clash Royale content and Clash of Clans. I've been your host, Sloth, and until next time, peace out, guys. Stay tuned for more Clash of Clans.